What's up, gang? Today we're going over a build that I did using 3 copies of the Dark Trooper attack. I've turned it into a little microfighter hangar bay. Now the reason I made this a Thursday video and kind of a pair to my Tuesday video is because it is a microfighter hangar bay. Originally, and I guess I was a little too ambitious, I was thinking 2 or 3 copies would make a suitable enough landing pad to fit the Boba Fett starship. So unfortunately that didn't work out how I wanted. But I did also have an idea for a speeder bike hangar bay using that Dark Trooper attack launch feature that lets you slide the Dark Trooper forward and back. I was going to use that as a speeder bike launch feature. But then once I built the Outrider, I decided I wanted to turn this into a microfighter hangar bay to house these 2 microfighters. So let's go ahead and get a closer look at the hangar bay. So you can see I just have a little bit of a scene set up with Mando and Fennec here. But we'll go ahead and remove the figures and the ship and we'll go over the details. So here's all the space once we remove the minifigures and the ship from the hangar bay. And we'll go ahead and start on this left side here. So towards the front of the hangar bay, I went ahead and used these light stickers on both sides to simulate some kind of ray shielding. And then just next to the ray shield stickers, we went ahead and reused that sticker detailing that came with the set on some of the walls here. And then just next to all that sticker detailing, we have a small crate of some Dark Trooper blasters. It's kind of like somebody was smuggling some contraband through the hangar bay. And as we move further into the corner, we have the elevator shaft. This works just like it does on the original set. You spin it, you see the backside, you spin it, and then it's open again. And then on the left side of the elevator shaft here, we have a little R2-D2 astromech control panel here. And then if you're not an astromech, you have a regular control panel on the right to use with your hands. And looking into the corner, you can see I use that sticker detailing for some lights back there. And then in front of this doorway, we just have a little cargo container made out of some extra pieces. Now we're looking at the backside, and you can get a better look at that doorway that was next to the cargo container. You can see I reused some of those lighting details as some sort of ray shield doorway. Now we can flip around back to the front side of the hangar bay, and in between the 2 doorways, we just have some more sticker detailing and some vent detailing up at the top. And just like the other doorway, we make use of those light pieces as some kind of ray shield. And we head back to the corner with that same sticker detailing that you have in the elevator shaft. And just outside this area, we just have a little bit of cargo using some miscellaneous pieces that were left over. And behind all the cargo, we used the sticker detailing panel pieces that came originally with the set. And as we move further to the right, we just have some more cargo containers. Here we have a small cylindrical container with some ingots on top. Here we have a little canister that isn't studded in, and it just has one little red translucent stud in there for a little bit of detail. And back behind this piece and this studded in brick here, I did just use that extra sticker detailing to make it look like it's a bigger pile and add some depth to it. And this next bit right here is something that I was strangely proud of. We just have some miscellaneous cargo containers sitting on top. Then we have another cylindrical tall container that kind of looks similar to the other one we had in the opposite corner. But what I was excited about wasn't the containers, it was the pallet that it was sitting on. Now I know it doesn't look like an actual wooden pallet or any kind of pallet in real life, but it does look similar, and for some reason I really like this tiny little build. It's the perfect tiny little pallet to fit some cargo on in your hangar bay. And I'm not too sure why this excited me so much, but I did just really like this tiny little build. So here's a better look at all the little cargo containers we made. We have a big crate full of blasters, some miscellaneous containers here, a container full of ingots that's actually overflowing with some on top, some more high-tech looking containers represented by the translucent pieces on these 2, one large cylindrical container, and of course the amazing empty pallet. Now you can put the containers wherever you like, but in order to keep the empty pallet from sliding, I do recommend putting a 1x1 tile just underneath it wherever you put it. It doesn't do much for going forward and back, but it does stop it from going side to side when you pick up the model. Now, I mentioned this was kind of a combo week, but I haven't even shown this hangar bay with the combo. So you guys saw earlier that it definitely fits with the Razor Crest inside, but does it fit with this Outrider alternate build? And it absolutely does. Now admittedly, this build has a much larger profile than the Razor Crest, which has a pretty thin profile. But it definitely does fit. I would recommend changing around the cargo and how it's situated in the hangar bay, and then you can maybe gain a little bit more room for minifigures. Now I took out quite a bit of cargo and pretty much all the minifigure space, and I was able to fit both builds inside. It's a pretty tight fit, so you can very obviously see that this build is meant for one microfighter per hangar bay. But if you expanded it by just 2 or 4 studs wider, you'd probably be able to fit 2 comfortably. Alright guys, so that completes our video on this hangar bay build that we made using 3 copies of the Dark Trooper attack set. Now, not that it's too important, and you guys will notice I only have 2 sets of stickers in here, and that's because the 3rd copy that I bought on eBay with no minifigures, it didn't actually come with stickers, so that was a little unfortunate, but I still made great use of the pieces. That's pretty much all I have for you guys. Make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on any mods or alternate builds that I post in the future. And as always, please leave some suggestions down in the comments below. I could still use suggestions on what I could turn a Slave 1 into, so go ahead and drop those down there. And other than that, I'll see you guys next time. Peace, fellas.